Hello everybody and welcome back to another blind commentary of Jormungand, episode 3 of season 1. So, it has been a bit of a time, it took me a little bit of an interruption, but I am back to continue. So, yeah, I'm excited to continue. I hope that I am at full capacity to continue, I hope that my energy level is good, because if it is, well, you will know it because there will be a lot more episodes coming out in the near future, because we'll try to record at least 2 episodes today. Don't know how that's gonna work. It's also really bad to promise this in the beginning of this video, but you know. Anyways, so I have actually written down like 3 names there that I do so that I will remember them, and those are like, you know, Coco, Jonah, and Valmet. You know, just so I will know. Oh, that by the way reminds me. My friend actually told me that apparently Valmet is actually Finnish. So that's a apparently. If that's the case, that's, if I remember correctly. That's a nice little detail there. Anyways, without further ado, I do believe we shall begin. In just a second, I'll change the audio track. This time, before we actually start the episode itself. There. Let us begin. Hopefully the volume is fine for you all. Although I can fix it in post. So. This is certainly an interesting little change of scenery, though.
なんだこりゃつまらねえしまらねえこの程度の演奏で全滅するとは思わなかった
師匠はおしゃれだから。
そう俺はしゃれているから銃撃
Well, that is interesting. Serrated teeth. Now, that's a really normal trope in anime, but in real life that is, well, serrated teeth is... Having, you know, serrated teeth like that is pretty unusual. That is... Also, it's really painful to get those teeth done like that, so, you know, unless you're wearing prosthetics or something. So, like I was saying, this is already quite an interesting little change of scenery, because we are moving into the Middle East, or more, either Middle East or like possibly Northern Africa or something like that. So just in general, a desert. That's an interesting little change considering what we saw previously in the previous episode where we were fighting in the mountains and that just general forest. Then now we're in the middle of a desert. I mean, that makes sense considering that there are still arms stealers. We are dealing with arms stealers, but still, I just appreciate the change of scenery.
戦を音楽に例えるはるばるイタリアから地球か火星か見分けもつかねえとこまで逃げてきやがってなかなかいい声で歌うじゃないか
これからどうすんの師匠
せっかく遠出したんだもう一仕事しようぜ
That's pretty sadistic, to say the least. But there's an interesting point in there saying that they are trying to punish someone who committed a premeditated crime like that. Because that, like, there's this important saying, you know, that that kind of is always repeated when they were having, like, trying to be a storyteller. And that is that nobody is the villain of their own story. So that's kind of an important thing there that they are highlighting, that even these characters, even though that was very sadistic, they are still thinking that they are, or at least they are feeling at least that they are doing the right thing, somewhat righteous, at least in a way. So, you know, even though, you know, we are living in a world of grey morality, but, you know, whatever.
あるかな
春の終わりは殺し屋の稼ぎ時誰だって頭痛の種をくそ暑い夏に持ち越したくはない
ほうほう
大体はダメ
この前はびっくりしちゃったよね空港で
Yeah, I have to cut in already. But that's actually kind of interesting that they are trying to educate. Like, they highlighted a lot of aspects that they are going to teach Jonah. That's pretty interesting considering that just implies that they are trying to make him into a, I guess, a functional member of society, but even though he is still, you know, a soldier, more just a, you know, child soldier. So it's just interesting that they're trying to teach like quite a wide variety of topics to him, but that really does do quite a good job at humanizing the group. So
タイヤがたくさんついてる。
22個ついています。それでは
よな。あいつ。
okay, so I know it's been a while. I haven't watched a lot of anime in recently, anyways. So like, you know, in the past year or so, I've watched very little. So it's always kind of refreshing when I come back to watching anime. That it reminds me of how well, at least well done shows, weave in like heavier topics with a lot of, you know, light-hearted mood shifts to make like heavier topics seem at least more palatable and actually kind of more like, well, very entertaining. So I just like that there's so many little jokes and jabs and just like fun little things going on. Like, it's just makes the show a lot very enjoyable instead of just being just a deep dive into the human nature. It's also very entertaining. So, you know, I know, it's a pointless comment, but it just makes me appreciate this genre a lot. No, well, not genre, this medium a lot more. So I know there's a lot of trash there, but yeah. But there's also a lot of good stuff.
サボるのうまいな。これからみんな手こずりそうだ。分担で教えるんだからな。
Clari, con un rapporto rettangolare di 16 a 9.
I am not that competent with Italian, so I wish someone could, if someone, any of you know, that did sound a little, that did sound very correct. So it's not like, it's not hard to get translators, but you know, that did sound pretty good actually. I like when people are like, when shows actually like insert different languages in them. So I really like human nature and languages and all that is always very interesting. And considering how many changing the language that you speak in can have a lot of different connotations to it. So of course anime usually is spoken in Japanese, but that can be changed for different meanings. So
Il campo visio di un essere umano. Però il corpo impedisce.
そうだった。危ない目に遭ってるのに笑ってた。
I actually kind of I like how they are reinforcing what we already know about Jonah and about how careful and constantly vigilant he is. So I know I'm just earlier I think I said like I think I said in the previous episode that I wouldn't keep repeating, but you know, this kind of reinforcement of character traits is something that's very crucial for keeping like consistent theming and toning and characterization, and also building upon that, having some character development later on. So, you know, props for that. And it's not done in the same way, because, you know, it does show like, it's not done in the same way, so even though it has similar traits to it, it still isn't this exact same, so it's nice. It's very nice.
そうだ。打ってもろくなことねえからな。
了解。
So, talking about character development, that is already kind of inserting some character development in this, and I really like how they are just like building on Jonah's character, that even though he has been trained like a child soldier, or well, he's a child soldier, it's just not being trained, not just being trained. They are trying to make him into like they are trying to instill into him that he should value his own life, even though he can accomplish quite a lot while sacrificing his life, he should value his own life. So that's a pretty cool, like, the value of life is something that's already being instilled into us from the very first episode. So it's really nice that they are just reinforcing that in such a very direct way.
行くよ。
奏でるぜ千夏。俺らオーケストラは死の音楽を標的に叩き込む
Oh my.
アーティストだ。
Oh! It's two-part. God. I didn't even realize I was having too much fun. Let's check the outro.
Coco, she is loco. I said, oh no.
Okay,
Her
it's
name is Coco, she is loco. I said, oh no.
Very well then. So, man, that was entertaining. Like, I forgot how much fun shows can be. Like, I haven't watched a lot of shows recently, so that kind of makes this a pretty nice entry point because it's pretty. I wouldn't say it's light-hearted, but it's very varied in tone, and it has quite a lot of good things going on in it. So, yeah. So mostly this episode dealt with just those hitmen called Orchestra, group called Orchestra, which was just composed of two people, Chinatsu and that other one, Master, Shiso, whatever. And yeah, it was fun. It was just pretty much full of action and jokes and just like some minor character development and just reinforcing some things that the Coco's group is doing, and that's really interesting, and mostly it also built on what their day-to-day life is going to be like. So yeah, I liked it quite a bit. It's a fun enough of it. It's, well, of course it's fun. Yeah, I could reiterate the same points I've been saying up until this point, that the characterization is very strong and it's very well built on. It's a little bit slow burning, but that's fine, of course. And they are more focusing on different aspects of an arm dealer's life, so it's absolutely fine that it's a little bit slow. And it's only slow in a grand scheme of things because it's more episodic and not like huge storyline focused. So yeah, that's what I mean by slow. And that's not a bad trait to have, because it's more important to focus on other aspects, of course, while building and all that. So yeah, I quite like it. But I don't have much else to say, so without further ado, I thank you all very much for watching. I hope to see you in the future. Have a great day and stay awesome. Ganmu out. Thank you all very much for watching.